Welcome to another Comic Book Editions video, where today we'll spotlight some recent prize wins that I've collected from the last few months. Thanks for joining me. This first prize win that you see comes from Collector Supreme _ on Instagram. Back in September, they offered a giveaway to promote a live auction they were doing on Instagram, with this being a prize. When I first saw this being offered, I thought, oh, I really would like to have that. So I definitely followed the rules to make sure I was qualified to enter the contest and kind of put it out there in the universe that, yeah, I'd really like to have this. I watched the auction and they drew my name. I was so happy. I was excited and happy and shocked, among other things. It's an Uncanny X-Men issue number 126. This is a 9.4 CGC graded. This became my 7th slab in my collection. Now, since winning this, I've ended up getting slab 8 and 9, courtesy of AOKs from Man Cave Comics. So I'm up to 9 slabs total in my collection, but this was the 7th. I'm so excited once again. I'm just going to repeat it. I'm so excited to have won this. It's a gorgeous book. Look at that Terry Austin cover. I know that this image has been used a few times throughout the years, and rightfully so. I would love to see a big, massive 24 by 36 poster of this image. It's so good. To me, it defines the Bronze Age X-Men so well. My only regret about this cover image is that Phoenix is not part of it, because I'm a big Jean Grey Phoenix fan. But I'm just in love with the image. I luckily already have this story reprinted in a few different forms, so I was familiar with the story, which is part of the Proteus storyline. But once again, I'd like to thank Collector Supreme _ which you can find on Instagram. Check them out for auctions and other comics that they're selling. When I was in their auction, I saw a lot of bargains and a lot of great books that were in really great shape too. So just a recommendation for you to check out. I thank them for offering up this prize win, and I'm so thankful and appreciative of being the recipient of it. So my next prize win came from Canada, courtesy of the Instagram handle Specialists. It was a Team Marvel versus Team DC battle, with the wheel spinning, one winner for Team Marvel and one winner for Team DC. I was Team DC and won this fantastic prize pack that I'm about to show you. Team DC, Ryan, the Magic Lasso, congrats on the giveaway win. I'm excited to add to your collection. Enjoy, Bryden, Specialists. Well, Bryden, I'm especially thankful to be able to add these things to my collection. And I was very surprised. I knew the books that were coming, but I didn't know an action figure was coming with it as well. And what a cool action figure it is. From the Crisis on Infinite Earths line, Series 3, this is Dr. Light, the second Dr. Light, which was introduced on the Crisis on Infinite Earths series. Completely minty fresh, mint in package action figure, and I love it. What's the best thing to go with this action figure? How about the first appearance of Dr. Light, which was found in Crisis on Infinite Earths, issue number 4. Bryden included a lot of nice key books in this lot, including Wonder Woman, Volume 2, issue number 9. This becoming a key because this is the issue where Barbara Minerva becomes Cheetah. Barbara Minerva was first introduced in issue number 7. She became Cheetah in issue number 9. With Wonder Woman 1984 featuring Barbara Minerva as Cheetah as the main villain. And the movie, from what they say, it's coming out in Christmas in select theaters that happen to be open and HBO Max. This book is going to heat up in the next few weeks. Now, I already have copies of both of these books, but I'm not complaining, because I need to check, first of all, to see if the condition or upgrades for me. These books are in really nice shape, but it never hurts to have extra copies of either one of these books. Another key that was included was Green Lantern, issue number 48 from Volume 3, this being the first appearance of Kyle Rayner. Justice League International, issue number 60, was included in my prize win lot. What I like about this is it's the DC Universe logo variant. This was technically the first, at least to my knowledge, DC Universe logo variant that I had in my collection. Since that time, I won some prizes from the Immortal Biggie Shack, and one of the books he included was a DCU logo variant. So I have a couple now in my collection, but I believe this was the very first one that I ever received. Some point in the future, I do want to try to get a Wonder Woman Volume 2 book with a DCU logo variant. And what's a lot of comics without a nice Silver Age book? Finally, to wrap up, Bryden included Rip Hunter Time Master, issue number 6, this book from 1962. So Bryden, thank you so much for putting all these prizes together and sending them out to me. Came from Canada to the USA with no problems at all, no damage. I was extremely thankful and appreciative to be the recipient of these, and they are in a very good home. Make sure to check out Specialists on Instagram, that's Bryden's IG handle, for other giveaways and content that he posts. My third prize win comes from the YouTube channel Oddball Comics, where Vincent offered up a $50 gift card to mycomicshop.com. Well, first of all, I've never ordered from mycomicshop.com, although I was very familiar with the site, and I know that they have, it feels like almost anything that you're looking for back issue-wise. So I thought, man, this is a great opportunity to knock out a book that I've really been wanting for some time that, for whatever reason, just seems to fall out of my budget. I started looking around, and I found what I thought for me was the perfect book to get. Surprisingly, it's not Wonder Woman, it's a Marvel book. The book that I chose is one that I've looked for off and on for years on eBay. For whatever reason, I never ended up pulling the trigger. I was really happy to see that mycomicshop.com had this in fine condition, and I thought the price was definitely a bargain compared to what it usually sells for on eBay. So I decided to use my gift card from Oddball Comics to pick up Giant Size Creatures number 1. The key of this book is it's the first appearance of Tigra. This is the issue where the Greer Nelson, the cat character, transforms into Tigra. I was familiar with what happened in this story, but I had never actually read this story before, and upon reading it, I'm certainly glad I picked it up. I thought the book was fascinating, held my attention. I also didn't know, since it's Tigra and Werewolf by Night, how much Tigra would actually be in the book, but she is in the book, actually I think a little bit more than Werewolf by Night. Really enjoyed the story. It took me a long time to get it. Had I known this story was as good as it turned out to be, I would have picked this up years, if not decades earlier. An interesting side note to this book, this is the only giant-sized title that didn't become a series. And the numbering for this series would continue as Giant Size Werewolf in the future. Very happy with my prize win, which allowed me to be able to pick up this key. This book for sure would have been on my 2021 goal list had I not received it already. So since I was ordering from mycomicshop.com, why not share the postage, right? You're paying for shipping, why not make the most out of it? So I picked up a few books that I purchased myself. They included Uncanny X-Men Volume 5, Number 1. This is the wraparound B cover. Take a look at what the full wraparound looks like. Isn't that a fantastic image? I love it. I know that this image was based on 1980 house ad art that was done by Dave Cockrum. Although I have to say, where did Banshee come from? Because he was not on that cover art, and I don't think Marvel actually ever explained that in their press release for this too. Complete cover by, had to have this though. I just love that image so much. I even like that Thunderbird made a little bit of an appearance on the cover too. Also from mycomicshop.com, I decided to pick up Spidey Super Stories issue number 22. I'll tell you, I have a very hard time finding Spidey Super Story comic books out in the wild. And there's a good handful of them that I'm looking for my collection. I have some already in my collection. It probably wouldn't hurt for me to upgrade the copies that I already have, but they're just so rare, at least for me. It's funny how some things can be regional. There might be someone watching this who says, I find them everywhere I go out hunting, and I have no problem finding Spidey Super Stories. For me, I very rarely ever see these books out in the wild anywhere. Definitely an entry-level reader-type comic book, but still some fun stories. This issue spotlighting Ms. Marvel. Another book that I love is Comic Reader. And first of all, if you're not familiar with Comic Reader, Metarog recently did a video on his channel talking about the Comic Reader. This is not an actual comic book with a storyline inside. It's a fanzine, and it covers all of the different publishers. So back in 1984, which this issue came from, it's issue 218 from June of 84, there was no internet. This was the information about comic books that you would find on the internet now, published in a magazine form back then. This was your news source. What I love the most about the Comic Reader is the artwork. Almost everything you saw on the covers was original artwork, and they always had great back cover artwork. In this case, the front cover artwork that you're looking at was done by Dennis Jansen. Now let's take a look at the back cover artwork. The artist for that is Richard Howell. To my knowledge, there were 3 different solo Wonder Woman covers on the front of the Comic Reader. I have 2 of the 3 so far, and hopefully next year I can pick up the 3rd one that I'm missing. She was also featured in some Justice League covers, and I wouldn't mind getting those sometime in the feature as well. The Comic Reader also featured Marvel characters on their covers, and I believe some independent characters as well. The next book that I picked up was Wonder Woman 750, the blank edition. Now, I already had a copy of this, which I bought when it was brand new on the shelves, but I wanted a second copy. Why would I want a second copy of a blank comic book cover? Yep, future goal, get that baby sketched by someone. Kind of have an idea of a concept in mind, so just got to find the artist and make sure that it all works out in the budget. But that's something I'd like to do in the future. At least I have the book standing by when I'm ready to pull the trigger. And finally, from my order with mycomicshop.com, for myself, I picked up Iron Age, issue number 3. This is the B cover, the Phil Jimenez Dark Phoenix B cover. Now, I picked up the A cover from a Facebook Marketplace seller, although I really wanted the B cover more, but he didn't have the B cover for sale. So I picked up the A cover and read the story. Really enjoyed the story. I hadn't read the previous 2 issues, but I kind of was able to pick up on what had happened. And it was a nice jaunt down memory lane. I enjoyed the story so much, I knew I wanted to have that Phil Jimenez B cover, so that's what I picked up. As I said, these are the books that I added to my personal collection from mycomicshop.com when I placed my order that included Giant Size Creatures number 1. I did purchase some other books from mycomicshop.com that I'm using for AOKs and other gifts to friends. And if you think I'm done with prize winnings, I'm not. I want to shout out Hidden Gem Comics on YouTube for their giveaway that I won a $100 gift certificate to that Spider-Man booth. I'm very excited about that. I've never ordered from that Spider-Man booth. I'm very familiar with the mystery boxes, and I've watched tons of videos of people unboxing them. And in the future, I will have a feature video of me unboxing my That Spider-Man Booth mystery box. I've placed an order for 2 boxes so far, and I still have more left on my gift certificate to use in the future. So Harper, thank you so much for offering this giveaway. I'm stoked to be the winner of that. And I want to thank JP at thatspidermanbooth.com, who was very friendly and very easy to work with, who provided my prize to me directly. So look for that video coming up in the future on my YouTube channel. It's a lot of giveaways that I'm extremely grateful for. While I always want to support someone who's offering a contest, I don't want to be greedy, and I also want to be mindful that I'm not knocking the chance of someone who would appreciate the grand prize more than me out by entering. So it's just something I try to keep in mind when I'm participating in a contest. What did you think of my prize winnings? I'm anxious to know. Leave a comment below. If you aren't subscribed to my channel yet, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. It's a great way to show support. You can click the notification bell to be informed instantly when content is added to this channel. Thank you for watching another video all the way to the end. I never take you for granted. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.